Oh, what am I doing? That was pretty obvious. I'm getting every single last bit of toothpaste out of my container of toothpaste just like you. I want to get the most of my money's worth. And today, I'm going to be going over every single thing that you can do in Pokemon Legends ZA plus Mega Dimension post-game DLC. Everything is done and over. No, you're not. Let's get into it. A portion of this video is sponsored by the LEGO Group, and there is a code for the scavenger hunt in this video. 52 things you need to do after you beat the game. That's how many things I came up with without getting very redundant. We're going to start off very simple and then work our way into getting every single penny of time out of this game. I waited until the Mega Dimension DLC to do this checklist because this is a complete experience. Now, if you didn't get the DLC, there's still a bunch of things that you can do in this video, but it's going to be a lot easier with the DLC. Also, there are some things like Pokemon only available in the DLC that you will need the DLC for. We're going to start off simple and then work our way into some of the most excessive things that you can do. Since this is a checklist, I am in the description going to be having a checklist of all the things you need to do with timestamps with a linked video that may help you achieve that exact thing. First is the only gift Pokemon that I'm going to be talking about, and on your desk in your room after you beat the game is going to be a Pokeball, and it contains a Lucario, and you can choose to take it with you and get a really nice letter from AZ, or don't do that. Getting into world things, first up is the map. Every single one of the wild zones, all 20 of them, complete it so that it has this little ribbon icon. You probably did this already, but this is the checklist. Good job, check it off. Number 3, exchange colorful screws in order to get yourself all of the plushies in the game. I have 9 left in this playthrough. Number 4 is get the rest of the colorful screws in order to get yourself the giant Canary plush. What does it do? Absolutely nothing, but you did it. Good job, guy. Number 5 is completing the Infinite Royale for the first time, which you probably did that, and for some reason you went up against a guy who you beat at level Z. It's just actually the one person in rotation who doesn't have a high level team. Number 6 is complete the Infinite Royale 15 times. Yeah, 15 challengers matches are required for you to get yourself the legendary Pokemon Eternal Flower Floette and its Mega Evolution Stone, the Floettatite. Next is complete the Infinite Royale 20 times. After completing it 20 times, you can come over here and talk to Diance, and then you could do the Le Super Tony de Diance and Fanate. Nope, that's definitely not the accent that you're supposed to use for those words. That's fine. Next is Mabel's research. You have a whole bunch of rewards in here. Hit level 50 in order to get yourself the shiny charm. Then, after you're done getting the shiny charm and you have the DLC, complete all the requests anyways. That's a lot of HyperSpace things to do. Next, we're getting into the legendary Pokemon, and the first ones that you need to get are going to be Xernas and Yeveltal. After that, go ahead and get yourself Zygarde and whatever Pokeball that you want because it made it so easy to do. Next is get yourself the 3 legendary Swords of Justice from the HyperSpace Lumiose wormholes. Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion. All 3 of these can be shiny, and you should shiny hunt them. I have a video on how to do that if you're interested in something like that. Next is the Eon Duo, Latias and Latios, which are also shiny huntable, and I have a video on how to do that if that's something you want to do. Sorry, whenever I record early, I need more iced coffee. Next, we're getting into the mythical Pokemon that are available in the Mega Dimension DLC, because there are a lot of them. This game is the first to have this many mythical Pokemon easily catchable repeatedly throughout history. So in the future, things that used to be distribution only, you can get a bunch of them here. Number 14 is get yourself Genesect. Number 15 is get yourself Hoopa. Number 16 is get yourself Marshadow. Number 17 is get yourself Meltan and Melmetal. Do you think it's cheap of me to put Meltan and Melmetal in their own separate numbers? No, because there's 2 separate side quests, so it counts. It's fair. Get yourself Keldeo, who I haven't caught Keldeo yet, so I don't have it here. I need to go ahead and get it 2 times, that way I have both forms of it inside of my Living Dex, and yeah, I have 2 playthroughs designed just for that. Number 20 is get yourself the mythical Pokemon Meloetta, and that ends this section. Now we're getting on to Pokedex EX missions. EX mission number 1 is for Diance. Go ahead and get yourself Diance as well as its Megastone, followed by Mewtwo and Mewtwo's Megastones as well. EX mission number 3 is going to be for Zeraora, who's only available in the DLC as opposed to the other 2, which are mystery gift. And now we're getting on to the Pokedex. This is the first Pokemon game that really doesn't ever ask you to complete the Pokedex unless you did all of Mabel's research on the shiny charm before the DLC, etc. So looking at the HyperSpace Dex, there's only one Pokemon that you have to trade for, and that's Milotic. So go ahead and get yourself Milotic from trading with one random person. By the way, like I do for every single Pokemon game that comes out that you have to trade for, I made trade codes. So if you need to get yourself Feebas holding a Prism Scale for Feebas holding a Prism Scale, there's a good chance if you input code 00480048, you'll find someone else who's doing the same thing. Just be sure to check to make sure that it's holding the right item, and then out of common courtesy, you should trade that Pokemon back. There's other codes in here in case you need to do those, like the Porygon 2. Number 25 is to complete yourself the entire Lumiose City Pokedex, all 232 Pokemon. Number 26 is to complete the entire HyperSpace Pokedex, all 132 Pokemon. Next is to make yourself a Living Dex. So you completed the Pokedex, which means that at one point in time or another you had every single Pokemon. Well, now it's time to put them all in their corresponding boxes, every single space where those Pokemon should be going. And then for a little bit extra, number 28 is a Living Form Dex. Living Form Dex means that anytime that there's gender variations, like with Numel over here, get yourself the male and the female. All of the different colors of Floette and Florges, I just need to come in here and evolve a few of them. And I forgot that Meganium has a gender difference, so I need to go ahead and get myself a female Meganium as well. Then to kick things up a notch, make yourself an Alpha Dex and then an Alpha Living Dex. Every single Pokemon that seemed excessive in the first place will now replace them all with an Alpha variation. Most of them in the overworld are a 5% alpha rate. In the HyperSpace Lumiose wormholes, it's a 1% alpha rate unless you have alpha power. Level 2 brings you to 20%, and alpha power level 3 brings you to 50%. Next is Mega Stones. First, go ahead and get all of the Mega Stones that require you to be purchasing them from the Mega Stone Emporium. That's going to be nice and easy along the way. Get a whole bunch of them, and then exchange all of your shards for the other Mega Stones that you need. Number 33 is doing online battles, the ranked battles in the Z-A Battle Club. Right now is the Mega Sceptile event going on, and then after this we're going to be having Blaziken and then Swampert. As of right now for rank S, you get yourself the Sceptilite, and below that for V you can get Baxcaliburite, W is Chestnutite, X is Delphoxite, and Y is Greninjite. Right now you can get 4 of the starters and also Baxcalibur for some reason in the Mega Stones, and then there's only what, 2 left? Number 34, get all of the Z Mega Stones. You got the Absolite Z, you got the Lucario White Z. Did you get all of them? For number 35, I put down get all of the EX Mission Mega Stones. And this isn't totally me just covering my butt with redundancy because my numbers were off later. Not that. Then after all that is said and done, if you look at your Mega Evolution page, all of them should be here. Now that we're done with all the Mega Stones, let's get on to shiny Pokemon. First of all, get yourself your first shiny Pokemon. I've seen some comments online of people who still don't have their first shiny Pokemon. If that's the case, I have many videos helping you out about that. But as soon as you start the game in Wild Zone 3, just go ahead and walk through that door up there. Just walk through that door over and over, whole bunch. Guarantee you're gonna get a bunch of shiny Pokemon. Boom, you'll have at least one, I promise. Then after you get yourself one shiny Pokemon, go ahead and complete your team of Pokemon that you normally take out with you all the time, and swap all of those Pokemon with shiny Pokemon as well. That way it plays that little sparkly animation every single time, and you feel validated for your decisions and your choices in life on using your time like a responsible adult. Next is something very simple. Go ahead and shiny hunt the starter Pokemon. Chikorita, Tepig, Totodile, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, Froakie, Chespin, and Fennekin. And if you're in the DLC, go ahead and get yourself Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic. I didn't get the last two because I needed this video as a checklist and motivation for things that I need to still do in this game. But before the DLC came out, I made myself a final Form Dex. I just need to come in here and still evolve a bunch of them, but right here is one shiny Pokemon of every single evolutionary line, and it's eventually going to just be the final evolution in there. But pro tip, don't evolve them all until you're completely done, because you may come across like a Clefable shiny in the wild somewhere, so you don't need to evolve your Cleffa for the future. Right there, all 4 pages. The snow runts, obviously, they have their split evolutions, but they have their proper genders to do so. Yeah, that is an entire shiny final Form Dex. I also waited to the DLC to go ahead and get myself Tyrunt and Aerodactyl, and my life was so much better for that. Next is this Charmander. And this Charmander could be a different Pokemon, but this is a shiny female alpha, and the ones in Wild Zone 20 are some of the rarest ones to get in the entire game. In fact, before the DLC, a shiny female alpha starter Pokemon was only the 2nd rarest, behind a shiny alpha female fossil Pokemon, just because they weren't affected by the shiny charm. Those numbers kind of don't mean much anymore now that we have all these Pokemon available in the wild and the Mega Dimension DLC, but they're cool bragging rights on Reddit for me for like a day. And this is where I got mine. I have to show you to here, otherwise, like, I have to use this for a video, otherwise it's not a tax write-off, right? That's how the IRS works. Nice. Next, we come to side quests. There's a total of 200 side quests between the base game and the Mega Dimension DLC, and I'm just gonna wrap it up as do all 199 side quests throughout the entire game, including the one that's like, hey, I want you to make a Furfuro that can beat all these other Furfuro. I have a team of 6. Go ahead and do all those things, because you have to do all 199 side quests in order to unlock number 200, which is the end, the final part of the game. And it's sort of like a farewell that the developers put in the game. It's called Here in Lumiose City. We're now getting into the excessive things that are over the top and unnecessary. If you just want to play this game more, you can do these things. What are the rewards? Lackluster, but are you going to do it? That's up to you. Vinny's normally over there, and then Vinny will enable you to do Rogue Evolution rematches, which if you do complete it, you get some medium experience candy. And you may have already done that in the base game, but something you may have not noticed is that after doing all the Magearna stuff, we have a different woman over here. And if you talk to her, you have the Rogue Mega Evolution Simulator 3000, and this is for the Rogue Mega Rush. Something that has so many notes, I have a separate write-up for this. During the Rogue Mega Rush, you have to take down 27 Rogue Mega Pokemon, all level 100, you're level 100, hopefully, and you have to defeat them in succession. You cannot go into your satchel during the entire thing. You can heal 3 times, and that's it. If you complete every single one, all 27 Rogue Mega Evolution battles, you get the special title of a Mega Rush Master. That includes taking down Rogue Mega Absol, Slowbro, Camerupt, Victreebel, Beedrill, Hawlucha, Banette, Ampharos, Barbaracle, Mawile, Frostlash, Altaria, Venusaur, Dragonite, Tyranitar, Starmie, Absol Z, Megastar Raptor, Tatsugiri, Meowstic, Heatran, Darkrai, Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, Zeraora, and Zygarde. That's right, take down Zygarde again, only at the very end of everything else. So hope you remember where to stand when he does the big old Z on the floor. So if you have an obscene amount of money, go ahead and buy every single clothing item in the entire game. All of them. Every single one. You're never going to wear them. Color variations. Doesn't matter. The reason I didn't talk about the special trainer outfits is because that's part of the side quest already. I already said do every single side quest. You already have Igor's gi set in both colors. And Hyacinth's dress, which looks hysterical on a boy model. Next, inside of Link Play, underneath titles, you're gonna have inside of here a whole bunch of titles. Go ahead and get every single one of them. Yeah, so like fairy type user, that means that I used a fairy type Pokemon over 20 times, but do it until you have gold, which is 100 times, and do that for all of the different types of Pokemon in here. That also means coming in first 50 times. Actually, I only need to come in first 4 more times. That's nice. Earn the specific title of Flawless Survivor 50 times. I think that means never get KO'd, and that's not regular online, that's ranked battles. So you need to come in first, never die. That's a struggle, okay. So I already showed off my Living Dex and my shiny final Form Dex. Make yourself a shiny Living Dex. 1 Pokemon of every single type. That includes a shiny Bulbasaur and a shiny Ivysaur and a shiny Venusaur. Have fun with that, you're gonna be here a while. And then after you're done, how about a shiny Living Form Dex? That means that in addition to the Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, or Venusaur, you also need a shiny female Venusaur, which is 1 out of 8 shiny Bulbasaurs. Have fun with that. How about we top it all off with the shiny Alpha Living Form Dex. Every Pokemon that can be an alpha, go ahead and get it shiny. Now, I know this sounds excessive, and I'm not telling you to do it all right now, but you have to start somewhere in your Pokemon home Living Form Dex. So over the last 8 years, I've worked toward making myself a shiny Living Form Light Dex, which is just not the gender difference ones, but including a lot of the different ones, like all the different Alcremies and stuff. So I am well on my way. It does include regional variations like Galarian Slowpoke and Galarian Slowbro. And this game is fantastic for shiny hunting, so you might as well start here. If you don't start now, when are you gonna start? And I'm excited to swap out these Pokemon Go Froakies for this Pokemon Legend ZA ones. Same thing with the Talonflame and Fletchenders. And you're gonna see I have a bunch of open gaps in here, all ready to go in my boxes. Get rid of these Go stamps, have a nice full Living Form Dex. Kalos is pretty much done here. And then the most excessive, unnecessary thing after every single thing that I said so far, which if you are shiny hunting a full Living Form Alpha Dex, you're probably going to do this, is hit max money. Yeah, after you're done buying everything in the entire game and all the clothing, hit max money. I mean, I know some people who just love doing that in a game, period, and they'll literally just grind the Giasynth Grand Tournament Ultimate until they hit it. Is that necessary? No. Is it excessive? Extremely, but it is the excessive category. That's 52 things that you can do in Pokemon Legends ZA after you complete the game and Mega Dimension DLC. Maybe you're like me and you missed a few Pokemon in your decks and you thought you were done, and after holiday break you just didn't pick the game back up and you're like, oh, I need to get that before Pokemon Home gets updated for this game. Go ahead and complete every single thing in this game. Don't miss any of them. Just like you didn't miss the Lego scavenger hunt code in this video. Thank you so much for being here. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.
Man, they see me shining like I got the charm. Stay strapped, got that jet ball in my palm. Felt from the sky, guess I'm the chosen one. And if you need to know how, check out Austin John. Champion flow, flow, yeah. I got that champion flow, flow.